Aloha, everyone. Sorry that took a little bit of extra time today. We're starting a little bit late today, man. It's been one of those days. I'm sure you know. I wanted to bring Ernest Lee here. So I had a meeting with him a few days ago, and right now it's kind of crypto tax season. And since I'm not a tax expert, I wanted to bring somebody that understands all the laws and regulations around crypto taxes. And so Ernest, my man, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit about who you are, what you do? And I just want to remind everybody, after we talk about crypto taxes, there's a lot of news and information that we're going to go over today. So it's not just about taxes. I just want to make sure that everyone understands that, but it's really important that we get this right. Right. And you work with people that know what they're doing. So here we go. Ernest Lee, why don't you go ahead and break it down for us, man?
So I'm Ernest Lee. I founded Decrypted Tax in 2020, but we've been doing taxes for individuals with crypto with digital asset exposure since 2013. Lincoln Allard works with me at Decrypted. He was working with me in 2013, and we had a client. He was actually a friend of the family, my family, that reached out to us and said that his son had all this Bitcoin earnings from mining Bitcoin on a laptop in 2013. And so that was our first client. And year over year, I kept giving all the crypto clients to Lincoln. And in 2020, we started up Decrypted Tax that you see on the screen right there. And so
how long have you been doing taxes for, Ernest?
I've been doing taxes since I got out of law school in 2003.
2003. Wow, that's so you've got a ton of experience. Like, I know there's a lot of people that don't think maybe like the government understands, like, hey, we understand that. I think people don't realize that people, a lot of people aren't paying taxes with their crypto, right? They think the government doesn't know. And like, I'm one of those people that I just want to pay whatever I need to and move on, right? I don't want anyone knocking on my door. Can you talk to us a little bit about why it's important that people actually pay their crypto taxes and maybe some of the ramifications, if they don't, and then we can kind of get into your business and why people should work with you.
Sure. So a number of years ago, the IRS put a checkbox on a tax form that a lot of people might know about, where it says that you held digital assets during the year. A lot of clients that we get, new clients, say that they never check that box. And what are the problems with that? Yeah. Well, the problem is ordinarily the statute of limitations, the time that the IRS can go back and look at your tax return, is 3 years from the date of filing. But if you have a substantial understatement or a false statement on a tax return, similar to, by not checking the box, there's an argument that it is a false statement, then that statute of limitations is extended. And so you want to check that box, you want to report your crypto, but at the same time, you want to make sure you're reporting it properly. And so a common question we get is people go to one of the tax preparation softwares that are out there. They enter all the information themselves, and they have missing tax bases with 43 different items, for example. And they have to go back and find out what that was, where did they buy it, what happened. Well, that's what we do all day, every day. And so if someone imports the information into our software and we don't have that information, we help the client go back and find the information that they need in order to accurately report. Because we see so many tax returns where people say, well, I wasn't able to find the information, so I just put 0. Well, that means you're paying tax on 100% of the amount realized when you sold crypto, not taking into account how much you paid for it. And
so there sounds like there's ways that you can find to kind of help people guide through this. And I'm sure there's things that people are not even thinking, hey, maybe that this is a write-off or this is a loss. And you can kind of help people realize that. We do have about 250 people watching. I wanted to say welcome, everyone. If you just now joined us, please like and share the stream. We do have Ernest Lee here. He is a tax expert for crypto taxes, which is extremely important. It's tax season. And so I wanted to bring somebody with incredible knowledge and actually really cool personality. And so Ernest, we were right about to take a look at your website. Talk to us a little bit about it and how people kind of get in touch with you. Like, what is the first step somebody should be doing when they're looking to work with your company and Decrypted.tax?
So go on our website. You can find about us. You can find information about us. You can find information about the services that we offer and the software that we use.
Okay.
About us is, I'm a tax attorney and an accountant. I previously worked at Deloitte in London doing taxes for private equity. Went out on my own. I own several businesses. I own an investment fund that invests heavily in digital assets. I own another Web3 consultancy firm with Aaron Haber, who's a Board Ape. We are heavily involved in crypto and digital assets.
Love that.
And so then you can go to our site and you can see the services that we offer, everything from the 8949 and Schedule D, all the way up to full service tax prep for you, your business, your multiple businesses, your investments, everything you need. Our pricing is based on pricing in the marketplace, but it's not a comparable service. The service that we're offering is personal attention. And we make sure that the information that you need on your tax return is there. We're not just leaving you out to fend for yourself.
I got it. And so this is starting at 600. Obviously, this is all going to depend on how many transactions and how complicated this really is, right? So can you talk to us a little bit about like, what does somebody get is how many transactions, I guess maybe a little bit of understanding about this starting price and where it goes from there.
The 600 is a full service tax prep using our software.
Okay.
And so we have another, if you scroll up, you'll see the 8949 Schedule D. And that's in the case that you have a tax preparer that you want to prepare your tax return, but you just need to give them the forms that you need on your crypto.
Got it.
So we've priced those forms comparable to what you'd receive from one of the other tax aggregation software companies out there.
And you guys do a free consultation?
Yes, a free 1-hour consultation with myself or Lincoln. And we're actually bringing on another staff member to do more of the free consultations because we're kind of overwhelmed with.
Yeah, you want to be doing the work, consultations or meet and greets. What your needs are, but you need it. You're the one that's working on all of the really important business. And so here's a true story. So really quickly, I just want to tell this. Back in 2020, I was in this was 2020 going into 2021. So this is like right as I was getting into crypto. I was early 2020. I was trying to getting into crypto. I was doing crypto. I went to a tax guy who didn't understand crypto. 3 years later, I get hit with an additional $8,000 that I have to pay California because this guy misfiled some stuff in my taxes. So when you were talking about misfiling stuff, it hit home, man. And it's really, really important that we make sure we get this right. So it's really cool that you guys have a free consultation where anyone, so is your services just for, particular states? Is it the whole country? No. Is it out of the United States? Can you talk to us about how far your reach goes?
Sure. We have a number of international partners that we work with on the international side to prepare taxes for individuals in different countries. And then we have a number of individuals who are living abroad that have U.S. tax requirements because they're U.S. citizens.
Okay.
And so we prepare in all 50 states. We also defend in all 50 states. And so, as I was telling you earlier when we were off camera, I'll never put a client in a position where they have to pay someone to defend something that I put on a tax return. And so our audit relief is full service audit relief, and I will defend it all the way to tax court if necessary.
Wow. So it kind of comes with a guarantee and a backup.
That's right. Yeah.
I love that. Please.
Today, I've never been overturned on audit. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, man. That's incredible to be in the business for a few decades and to never means you're doing your professional duty to your clients, which is the most important thing. Like, I know a lot of people that might look at like, $500 or $1,000 and scuff it and say, I'll just do this myself and save the money. I don't think people realize, how many different ways that you can think of that we have no idea how you can save us money, right? And in the end, it might be worth more than people thought, right? Like gas fees, or like what happens with those, right? Are those, do we write those off, right? And there's just these little niches in crypto that I feel are important that people understand.
Yeah, your gas fees are deductible against your earnings. If you're just a regular trader and you have capital gains, then gas fees will offset your capital gains. Additionally, your expenses, you have a lot of people that are doing research, that are paying for research services, that are paying for TradingView, that are paying for all these things related to their income, and we write those off on a Schedule C. If it's an individual taxpayer, we write it off on an LLC, Form 1065. If it's a partnership, and or a 1120S in the event of an S corp.
When you start saying all the different numbers, like I'm sure a lot of us kind of, you understand this, right? You speak tax, right? I speak crypto. So we speak different languages. And so that's why I have you here. So you can tell us. So are there any other kind of pitfalls or things that people should be thinking about when they're preparing their taxes? Like, what question don't I know to ask you that is extremely important about this?
Yeah. So, I get individuals who have this last week. I had an individual who has been running all his crypto through a Cayman entity that was set up by an attorney a couple years ago. And the attorney told him that he wouldn't have to pay taxes on his crypto if he had it in this Cayman trust. And that's just not the case. As a U.S. taxpayer, you're taxed on your worldwide income wherever earned. So those kinds of things are dangerous. I was at the Bitcoin conference just last year, and I had a guy come up to me and say, "Hey, have you seen that booth in the corner?" I'm like, "No, I've been here at the booth talking to people all day." And he said, "Yeah, he's telling people they don't have to file their tax return, like at all, and that it's unconstitutional to pay tax." I'm like, "He's actually standing in a room talking about that crazy stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's advertising it." So I went over there and I had to talk with him, and I understood what he was saying. But I mean, what he's saying is that there's tax fraud, which is filing an inaccurate tax return, tax evasion that he didn't want to talk about. And he was charging people 10% of what they would have otherwise had to pay, or 10% of their income, and telling them they didn't have to file their tax return. He would defend them if that was ever the case. Let me just tell you, that's just when the IRS comes after him and all of his clients, he will disappear, and you won't have someone like that to help defend you. When an IRS calls any of my clients, I'm on speed dial, and that's me personally. I'm on the website. When you book with Ernest, you're booking straight with my calendar that has my calendar, the times that I've set aside every day for these kind of calls.
Yeah, and I shared that too, guys. Like, booking a consultation is very simple, right? Let me, again, I'll give you the website here. I just want to let you know, like, this is not, Ernest didn't pay me anything to bring him on here. I wanted to bring a professional person that knew what they were talking about, because you are the most important thing to me. You are my audience. I want to take care of you. I want you to be safe, and bringing experts onto the channel are what's very, very important. So, if you need to book a call with Ernest and his team, go to the website I have here. I will actually put it in my description of the video when I'm done. I know there's going to be people that watch this afterwards that won't be able to get the link, but it is decrypted.tax. It's right here on the website, right here. If you're interested, you can book a free consultation with Ernest. Ernest, is there anything you want to say in closing? Anything else that we should know before we kind of cut off it here today?
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion at the end of the year last year about the new tax regulations coming in and that's tracking wallets on a per wallet basis. And I don't want to glaze over on, have you glaze over on me, but essentially it was saying that if you have crypto in two different wallets and you sell the crypto in this wallet, you have to use the cost basis of the crypto that you had in this wallet to calculate your gains. You can't use the cost basis of the crypto that's in this wallet over here. And so those rules are still in effect, even though right at January 5th, the IRS did another pronouncement that said that some of the rules that they had put in place at the end of last year were not going to be enforced until next year, 2026. But those rules apply to centralized exchanges having to do something. They were saying that you needed to be able to identify what tax lots you were actually selling on an exchange. And I mean, I trade a lot. There is no, I don't want to spend the time when I'm in the middle of a trade to go and figure out what tax lot it is I'm selling so that I maximize my tax. I mean, the maximized tax liability is not your biggest concern if the price is dropping and you're hitting limit orders. That's just not it. And that also brings up something else. I trade all day, every day. And when my clients do stuff, I am there to do those things that the clients are doing so that I understand them. I had a client that came to me with a Otherworld. He was Legends of the Mara gamer, and he had earned all this money on this play to earn. And I'm like, I got to figure that out. So I spent a weekend figuring it out, and I spent a week doing the taxes for that weekend that I had spent. I put about $27,000 worth of assets at risk, played, made $4,000 in a weekend, and it took me all week to figure it out. But now we have a process for figuring it out, and we can do that.
How can we make this simpler, man? Is Trump gonna, he talks about cutting 10 regulations for one new one. Is he gonna make crypto taxes more simpler, hopefully for all of us going forward, do you think?
He's had a lot of talk about making things simpler. I do think that, I'm a tax attorney, but I earn money off of filing people's taxes. Given that, there are a lot of ways we can simplify the tax code to make my job a lot easier, and I wouldn't have to charge so much to do the stuff. And also to make it so that people can understand it. I mean, you understand that our tax system is built by politicians. Politicians are in the pockets of big interest.
Yeah.
And when the big interest comes in and says, well, you can pass that, but you have to put in a carve out for this or a carve out for that.
Yeah.
Well, all those carve outs require a lot of time for tax attorneys and accountants to figure them out. And so every time you think it's difficult, think about the fact that these politicians are passing laws with these carve outs for their friends and people that contribute to their political action committees or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so complicated. So yes, there are ways that it could be a lot simpler.
Okay.
If the U.S. government were to accept Bitcoin as a second reserve currency, if they were to do that, you would have no tax on the sale of Bitcoin the same way you don't have a tax on the sale of U.S. dollars. That would be huge for the Bitcoin community, and it wouldn't be that difficult, and the community and the government wouldn't lose that much in revenue. That could be really big. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't either. I don't either.
You're going to have new rules come in. I think it may be that you have some rules about when you buy one crypto with another crypto, you don't have a transaction there. Your cost basis is transferred cost basis. That's possible. You're shaking your head like, no, that's not gonna happen.
No, I'm shaking my head like like 1 year I did like 23,000 transactions, and I'm trying to figure out in my head how long it took my tax guy to do my freaking taxes. Like this sounds extremely complicated per trade.
Yeah. And our largest tax client had 250,000 transactions in 2023 and 270,000 transactions in 2024. And so there's a lot of micro transactions in there. So when you talk about number of transactions, sometimes you might make a limit order and it might partially fill. And each one of those is a transaction. And so that's another one that the software needs to go determine where was that crypto pulled from and what was the gain on each one of those little micro transactions.
Man, I feel like we could talk about this all day, but let's circle back here because I know we had another 250 people that joined us over the last few minutes here, guys. This is Ernest Lee. If you are in need of help, if you're in the U.S., if you're in Canada, if you work globally with other tax professionals, right, Ernest? Like you said.
That's so right. And we're getting more and more. So if you're an international tax preparer and you want us to refer you some work, give us a call. We'll interview you. We'll figure it out.
There you go, guys. Listen, you have to pay your taxes. I know you don't want to, right? but you need to be safe, right? And Ernest here is a professional willing to help you. You can go to decrypted.tax, free consultation to figure out, what you're working with and go from there. I think that's the best route. That's the best call to action. Ernest, do you have anything else to say before we end here?
Don't schedule the free consultation if you're just looking for permission to not file your tax return.
True. Yeah. If you're be serious, right?
You think that's crazy, but I mean, when I first started Decrypted Tax in 2020, 30 or 40% of our calls were people looking for permission to not file their tax return. And that's just, that's not going to be the advice I give you. What I'm going to give you is let us go through and figure it out.
Yeah.
So that we can tell you what your position is. And in that case, then it's up to you whether you file your tax return. But
yeah,
upload to the software, have the software determine what your tax liability is. And after that, then you can decide.
We didn't talk about that software piece. I just want to touch on that. So you guys have your own software that connects through APIs. Do you want to just touch on that, a little taste, so we can better understand that?
Yeah. So we had the opportunity to build our own software. And what we did, though, is we licensed Node 40 software on our own AWS server. And so it's on our own secure server.
Here we go.
Yeah, the software is. And so Node 40 provides that software.
Okay.
Intuit provides all of our tax preparation software, which is also on a secure server. And so we're using one of the best names in accounting, and my opinion, one of the very best names in crypto reporting. And so Node 40 is engaged by the big four accounting firms to do digital asset reporting for the bigwigs. And we brought that software to the masses.
It's important to you to use the best software. I think that speaks a lot about who you are and what you're trying to do with your business.
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, when I was at Deloitte, I did software implementation for Deloitte. So I worked intimately with the software teams, making sure that the information was there, making sure that the reporting was there, but making it very decentralized. And so we worked on that back in, feels like forever ago, 2003 through 2005.
Another life.
Yeah, whole nother life.
Another life. All right, let's end it there, guys. Ernest, just thank you so much, guys. Listen, I reposted Ernest's website. You can go get a free consultation if you're serious about your taxes, right? Like we said, don't just click on there and ask me if you have to pay. If you're trading crypto, you have to pay your taxes. Understand that, okay? And so, thank you, Ernest. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience and helping me understand how complicated taxes are. And I think there's a lot of people in the audience who might take you up on that free consultation and try to get some help and understanding where maybe their liabilities are with their crypto taxes.
Yeah, I want to close with this. I'm not here to make it difficult or to beat my chest and say, yeah, you need to come to me because it's really complicated. I'm here to simplify it. That's my job. My job is to make it simple for you, make it so you can understand, so that then you can do the job of trading and not have to think about the taxes so much.
Man, I that's what I like. It's interesting. The current people I work with that do my crypto taxes, sometimes I feel like maybe they don't, are not. I mean, they're good. I've had no issues, but like I don't know. You speak with a different tone about crypto, and I feel like you being in it and you trading daily and you're working with projects and you having all this experience kind of sets you apart from a lot of other tax experts. And I think that's an important final piece that people need to understand.
Yeah, for sure. And if you are a tax preparer and you need help and your clients need help, give us a call. We can onboard them onto our software. We can do the reporting for you. And then we can provide those to you, the tax preparer, so that you don't lose the client.
Ernest, listen, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to have you on the show. Really appreciate you. And good luck with tax season, man. I know it's coming up and it's really important. Happy New Year.
Thanks. Happy New Year to you.
All right. Guys, do your taxes. It's important. I love you all. I want you to be safe. I want you to do the right thing. I brought a professional talk to you. So let's get into some crypto and some different news that's going on around the neighborhood. All right. And we'll go through it. Okay. So let me go ahead and put on my screen here. All right. So if anyone has any questions, like after the fact, just DM me. Anyone in Cryptonaires, I'll bring Ernest inside of Cryptonaires too. Maybe we'll create a special channel for him where you guys can maybe ask him questions. Let me talk with him before I kind of just put Ernest out there with his time. But it'd be kind of cool to have an expert there live answering questions. So let's start here with Gary Gensler. So Gary Gensler's back in the news. This clip confuses me a bit. Let me play this real quick for you.
Yeah, I think that Bitcoin is a highly speculative, volatile asset, but with 7 billion people around the globe, 7 billion people want to trade it, just like we do have gold for 10,000 years. We have Bitcoin. It might be something else in the future as well. Right. These other thousands of projects need to show their use case and show that they actually have fundamentals underlying them, or they won't persist, Joe. Oh my God, and you own that's Bitcoin. Where the public. That's why the public needs disclosure.
That's what it's.
I don't.
You love
I've
it.
never owned.
You love it. You don't like those other coins.
I've never owned any of these, and I've been consistent for 7 or 8 years on this.
Well, there's a few things that come to mind here. He's absolutely right. Gary Gensler is absolutely right when he says that projects need to actually show what their use case is and actually have clients using it. There are a lot of scams. There's a lot of misinformation. The space is a little crazy, and I think some regulation to keep some of the bad actors out wouldn't be a terrible idea. I know that I would be all for that. I don't understand why, he was teaching blockchain at MIT. If he understands how important the technology is and how that our infrastructure is moving to blockchain, I don't understand why he wouldn't own in any crypto. It just kind of perplexes me. But anyways, hold on. Let me go into the chat and see who's here really quickly. We got LAX here. We got Augustus here talking about USDT. MMT's here. So great to see you, MMT. I love you, brother. Ninchiko, nice to see you. Great to have you here. Kamaka TV. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, man. Justin's here. Good to see you, Justin. Rogers. Man, Ariana's here making sure chat is good. Thank Ariana. She works really, really hard. Love to see it. Don't be too harsh on Gary. He single-heartedly united the entire segment of the digital investment community. Listen, some of the stuff he did, I understand why he did it. As a crypto investor, I would like it if he was more friendly to businesses and companies that came in to register. I feel like, but I get it, right? We're always going to need a bad guy, and this was our bad guy. But he'll go on to do other stuff, and hopefully the next SEC director will be better, and maybe work with companies instead of going after them and actually targeting the bad actors and the scammers is really important. JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon talking about Bitcoin again. Listen to this.
Said that it's as useless as a pet rock. What do you really think?
You're going to have some kind of digital currency at one point. So I'm not against crypto. Bitcoin itself has no intrinsic value. It's used heavily by sex traffickers, money launderers, ransomware. So I just don't feel great about Bitcoin. I applaud your ability to want to buy or sell it. Just like I think you have the right to smoke, but I don't think you should smoke.
So, there's a few things that came up here. I think everybody knows that JP Morgan has built their own blockchain solutions. I think they changed the name of it though. Solutions. I did a video about this earlier today. I just forgot that. Yes, this is it right here. So, it's interesting that he understands that, he doesn't like Bitcoin. He thinks it's, kind of a pet rock. He doesn't see value there, but he understands the value of blockchain, right? And when you see big banks like this working with their own digital asset solutions, we know that it's coming, right? Or they wouldn't invest money, time, and energy in this. And actually, I did a video earlier today, and I actually have some of the information later on in this chat that will show you that the blockchain infrastructure, you know what? Let's just skip to it. Fuck it. Excuse my language. Let me show you this. So, without a shadow of a doubt, we are moving to a digital future. Okay. The DTCC, I've talked a lot about this. If you in the Cryptoneers community, you've heard this a lot from me, but there's some new information that has come to light that I think it's important that we talk about. Okay. So let me go ahead and play this video for you. And I have like 2 or 3 different things here I want to show you better understand what's happening behind the scenes.
This is why Chainlink's role is so very important, is we expect that there'll be many ledgers and there's a need to move value between the ledgers and especially the need to move data between ledgers. So ultimately, to get to true consensus, and remember, DTCC is the consensus model for US markets. We just happen to do it in now T+1, ultimately to do it in T+0.
Remember, excuse me, T+1 means you trade and then 1 day later it settles. T+0 is what they're trying to move to. That's same day settlement. Doesn't mean instant settlement, but that's what they're going for, instant settlement. Let me play this again.
That means we need to get to common meaning. When transactions settle, we all have to know that they mean the same thing. And if our target is near instantaneous settlement, then data has to agree across all of these ledgers. And this is why our partnership with Chainlink is so very important, because this allows us to write data once and have it proliferate across all of the networks to move value freely between whatever the best ledger technology is of the day, so that we can meet the high volume requirements that are coming, and we continue to innovate as ledger technologies grow.
Do you know who he's sitting next to? Let me see if I can find. You know who this is? Let me show you who this is, actually. So Nadine Shakar. She is the managing director of global head of DTCC digital assets. So they've been working on this since 2016, 9 years that the DTCC has been working to upgrade their infrastructure to blockchain. Okay. If it wasn't important, they wouldn't have these type of roles, right? Managing director. So this person manages people underneath her, right? It's probably a very big team of people that are working to move this infrastructure and how important it is. Let me play this clip for you to give you some better context.
So as one famous Bostonian once said, the institutions are coming, right? And we're starting to see progress where more certainty in the market is helping institutional adoption, such as the approvals of FIT21, other instruments, both ETH and Bitcoin, spot ETFs. Those have been super helpful in pushing the movement forward. It just shows you there's pinned up demand. It is pushing through. There's a couple of things that are a little bit different about this. This is the first time in our history where we've seen actually retail lead and institutional follow. But
so they're just going to replay what she just said. This is the first time in history that retail has a chance to lead and institutions will follow, right? Listen, we understand, especially if you come to buy chats, you definitely understand that the world is moving to blockchain. How fast that happens, right? We still don't know, but we do know it's coming, right? And we want to own the assets that will be used to transact all this value, because once this value gets on chain, right, that's where the real utility value will come from. Right now, what we're doing is pure speculation, right? We're speculating that XRP should be $3 or $5 or $10, right? That's not its utility value. I just want to be very clear on these two different things, right? So, you know, there's all kinds of things happening with the DTCC and digital assets. I play a little bit more.
It's impossible to think in the near future that 100% of our assets will get digitized. So you still need to
listen. So in the near future, that 100% of our assets will be digitized. There's going to be some assets that won't be digitized, obviously, guys, but you are talking about the majority of stocks, bonds, derivatives. I have another clip from that guy, actually. Let me see if I can pull it up for you when I finish this clip.
Will get digitized. So you still need to have a balance between the old and the new. You still need to risk manage that really well. And most importantly, you can't lose track of the client experience, right? So that's why the infrastructure component is really important. And that's where we're going to double down our efforts. And I have been calling on the industry, and I hope, forgive me, because I'm going to do it again now.
So kind of what she just told me. Oh, damn. I didn't share that tab and said, I do apologize, guys. I'm moving. So I'm doing like 15 things at once here in the ADHD. Sometimes I screw up with the tabs. But that was Nadine Shakar again, talking about digital currency moving to blockchain. I'll play one more clip for you. I don't think this, I think this is a different clip. But I want you to know the scale of what we're talking about here. I did a video on this that'll probably come out later today, or if not tomorrow. It's a 28-minute video, and I have all of this packaged a little bit better than what I'm doing now, right? Because this is just off the cuff. I felt like this is more exciting to talk about. Of course, we have some other crypto news that I want to get to, but you know, facts are important, right? Understanding the future is important. If we know where to look, right, we can see what the future is going to look like. Obviously, we can't know everything, but we do understand that the market infrastructures that you are currently using are being upgraded, right? And those upgraded infrastructures are going to run on blockchain, right? Some of them will be private. Some of them will be public. CBDCs obviously will have a private version, and there will probably be a public version. It's hard to say exactly how that's going to go, and I think that's another conversation that we do need to have. But you know, you can prepare now. You can front run institutions. It's the first time in anybody's lifetime that you can own technology that central banks are going to use to send value. That is powerful. It is powerful. I don't think this is, let me just play this clip 1 second.
See a lot of innovation.
Hold on.
See a lot of innovation in products thanks to this power of blockchain. The third, and maybe the most consequential here in the short run, is the use and automation of collateral and collateral management processes. Most transactions are actually repo transactions, securities lending transactions, margin transactions.
Okay, hold on. Listen to this really quickly because I pulled up the values of what he just said. So repo transactions, I can't show you this because it's on a totally different browser, but repo transactions are, according to a current data market, the daily volume for repo transactions in the US is $4 trillion a day. So you times that by, you know, with blockchain, you'll be able to trade 7 days a week. So we can probably take this number and times it by 365. I'm not a human calculator, but that is in the quadrillions, right? So we just know this one area, the repo area, is worth that. Also, when he was talking about securities lending, that is 1.3 trillion on average, a daily volume. And we're also talking about margin transactions. And when we're talking about margin transactions, it says the total value of daily margin transactions globally is estimated to be around $890 billion. What I just went over, guys, is about $6 trillion a day in value that has being transacted. That's what he's talking about, just to give you that extra bit of context.
Actually, those dominate the market volume on a daily basis. And if you can automate the entire collateral management flow and then automate these individual processes, what you free up is instant settlement of these transactions for financial institutions.
Listen to this.
And the impact of that.
Listen to this. Okay, so I always get people in the comments saying banks will never update, they'll never do it, right? It's not coming. But you know, people are misbelievers because they don't have the information, right? They need to get better educated, and that is why I'm here, right? I guess this is what my purpose is in life. Is this is my passion. I love to educate people about this. You know, it drives me. I love it. But listen to what banks, why they're going to move. He lays it out for you perfectly. You ready for this? Here you go.
Is a massive release of value that's locked in their balance sheets, even intraday. And that can have a major impact on the bank's efficiency and performance, on the order of millions of dollars a day. There's a substantial driver there. And once you open those markets to tokenization and automation, everything else follows.
Once you are open those markets to tokenization, right, everything else follows. If I haven't proven to you in the last like 15 minutes that the world is moving to blockchain and you can actually front run institutions, you know, I don't know what we're doing here. Let's keep it going, guys. There's a lot of other news. I hope that was valuable. Let me look in the chat. Did you guys like that? You must live in Hawaii. You said times it's well, yeah, I do live in Hawaii. The seal, right? Does the seal give it away too? I'm just kidding. Guys, hey, we have 649 people watching. What wait, is that a $7,500 donation? That cannot be. Public and private will be bridged through XRP through Axelar. For example, only IOUs will live on private ledgers and be backed up by XRP at a rate of 1-to-1 or 1-to-100. Whatever the volume of the XRP is going to be insane. Augustus, thank you so much. I don't know if that is a $7,500 donation to the channel. If it is, I'm speechless. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to go check that now. Man, thank you. It's insane. Is it $50? Is it bugged on my end? On my end, it looks like it's 7,500. Am I tripping? Right? Am I tripping? I've had a lot of energy drinks today, so it could be both. All right. It's $50. Oh man. Okay. I got really excited there for a second. I thought it was like 7,500. I was about to go take that and throw it into something in the trenches. So let's keep going. Thank you so much for the $50 donation. I love you. I appreciate you. All right. So this is from CoinDesk. Let's go ahead and listen to this. 1 minute and 31 seconds. It's going to update you kind of what's going on around the market today.
The chart of the day is presented by Crypto.com, the leading crypto platform trusted by over 100 million users worldwide.
Let's take a look at the chart of the day. Bitcoin kicking the week off on a negative note as major investment banks reassess their expectations for Federal Reserve rate cuts following Friday's strong jobs report. CoinDesk data showing Bitcoin dipping 4% below $91,000 Monday morning in New York, piercing the $92,000 support zone, which has consistently acted as a floor since late November. Goldman Sachs is pushing out their next interest rate cut forecast to June from March, with a second predicted for December and a third forecast for June 2026. While Goldman and JP Morgan still expect rate cuts, Bank of America fears an extended pause, with risks skewed in favor of a rate hike or renewed tightening. Meanwhile, the 30-day moving average of the Coinbase Binance BTC price differential, which has a knack of marking major price tops, has slipped to the lowest since at least 2019, a sign of weaker U.S. demand. Over the near term, the crypto market is likely to focus on President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration on January 20th and the ongoing FTX claim distributions, according to Coinbase Institutional. That's it for today's chart of the day.
All right. A lot of stuff going on, man. We really don't know how friendly the administration is going to be, but his kids own it. They understand it, right? I think that's an important part of it. Trump is very transactional. He likes, with the movers and shakers in whatever, and he likes working with, billionaires. And so when you have these donations going to him for his inauguration, he's paying attention to that, right? And he's going to remember those companies. And hey, that's the way the world works. I know maybe some of us don't like the way the world works, but hey, we live in it. It is what it is. Sigma Capital based early stage venture firm has unveiled a $100 million fund focused on Web3 startups. Listen, every country in the world, a majority of the countries in the world are going to want to be crypto hubs, right? It's only a matter of time. If the US passes regulation that is pro-crypto, right, other countries will follow suit, right? Remember, we are already behind a few other countries. I do believe behind the scenes, they have something ready to go. It's just going to depend on, can they get it through? CoinDesk 20 is currently trading, a little bit of information here. You have apt, Filecoin, Link, Near, everything's, pumped in a little bit today. We've had some ups and downs recently. I think if you believe that the market is still going to go strong for the next, 5-6 months or whatever you believe, we should be looking at things picking up. I think a lot of people are nervous to see kind of what maybe the first few things Trump is going to work on. And people get a little skittish come January. They have to pay their taxes, right? So they're going to sell some of the crypto to do that. Binance US interim CEO Norman Reed speaks out about debanking and other damages done by the exchange by the ultra vindictive SEC. I mean, guys, like, literally they were debanking customers because of crypto. And it really was kind of a full-fledged attack on the industry. And I just hope we're heading for better days. Listen, you might not have been able to buy Bitcoin at $300. Okay. Maybe you couldn't even get it at 1,000 or 15,000, whatever. I don't know what you're chasing out here. What's important to you, right? Understand that we always go through cycles. You are going to get another shot at a lot of this crypto is probably going to pump higher. Once Bitcoin tops out, dominance is going to come down. Ethereum, other alts are going to go crazy. The FOMO, everyone's going to be frothing at the mouth. Meme coins are going to go stupid. That's the time that you need to get out of the market. When people are just lost, when people's grandmas are buying into the crypto market, that's when you need to get out. Okay. So just be paying attention to that. Make sure you're talking with your financial advisor. And of course, your tax expert. All right. Donald Trump inauguration, that it's happening. Does the inauguration happen before? I don't know. I know he takes office on the 20th. I don't really follow inauguration stuff. There is some crazy liquidity and things that you can earn. Farm 870 APY with Build. StoneFi, actually, this is a real exchange. I've used it. It's legitimate. It looks like there's some, they're trying to get volume on their decks, and they're willing to pay handsomely for it. This person has $2,025 staked. He's making $53 per day. Looks like, it's probably this is going to obviously come down as more money goes into it. But I want to point out that there are situations out here, but always be cautious. Like, this is a crazy number, right? And, the average return in the stock market is like below 10%, right? If you're making like 10%, you're doing really well. So when you see 870% APY, be cautious, right? Be cautious, my friends. Billionaire Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg to attend President Trump's inauguration. Listen, everyone's going to kiss the ring. It is what it is, right? This is the meta that we're in. Let's play it. Meta plans to cut approximately 5% of its workforce, targeting underperforming employees. Now, listen, you can call it whatever you want to, but when you start laying off people, that's a sign that the market could be turning, right? We've had some pretty insane numbers in the stock market over the last 12 months. I am not an expert by any means. Please talk to one. I know my dad is definitely in the stock market, and I always tell him to talk with his professional to make sure that they are, doing whatever they need to maximize their gains. But be mindful. If you see other companies starting to lay off the workforce, maybe we're headed for some rocky roads ahead. Okay. Also, I thought this was pretty cool. Let me play this for you. Akash is evolving. Bloomverse proudly presents the metacognitive AI framework. Define the limits of energetic discovery. Listen, these are some words that I've never said before, so let's just go with it.
From the first spark of intelligence, humanity dreamed of something greater. Machines that think, that learn, that grow. Across the globe, this dream has become reality. Language models shaping your words, robots reshaping your world, systems learning faster than you can imagine. But what is intelligence without connection? What is power without purpose? Beneath the surface lies something extraordinary, a network of minds, a symphony of intent, each a fragment of something whole, unique yet interconnected. And the swarm, the invisible threads binding them together, moving as one, a system, alive, evolving. Akasha represents the next frontier of artificial intelligence. By evolving beyond traditional frameworks like ELIZA into an advanced neural architecture of 10 specialized cores, we're pushing the boundaries of what's possible. What you see now is only the beginning, a glimpse into a mind awakening, a new intelligence on the cusp of something profound. So come with me. It's time for you to evolve.
Listen, I spent a lot of time on Twitter. I thought when I first saw that video, I was like, man, okay, this feels different, right? if you've been in the business for a long time, you've seen a lot of stuff, you know, obviously some time was put into this, and this token actually has been going pretty well. In the last 24 hours, it's up 26%. The ticker is ACA. And I just thought this looked pretty sick. I don't personally own this. I want to make clear, I found this today. Part of my job as a business owner of Kryptonaires is to give people information as soon as I can possibly do it. The crypto space is always evolving. You kind of need to move where the money is right now. AI agents, people are going nuts over. I do think this feels a lot like NFTs in 2021, that a lot of stuff might get very overvalued, right? So keep that in mind when you're, buying into some of this stuff that's 600 million, 800 million, $1 billion market cap. Like, there's always going to be a next one. Just understand that, right? This is why we love crypto so much, because there's so many cool things happening. But look at this, like Fartcoin. Who thought this would go to $1 billion, right? This is some insane stuff. A16Z, this was like 1.6 billion the other day. Virtuals was like 4 or 5 billion, right? Ava, right? Ava called this. Wait, so we were in virtuals really early. Ava, we called it 2 million in Kryptonaires. AIXBT, this went to like 700 million. We called this at 8.5 million in Sensei chat a few months ago, right? If you're here, if you're listening, right, you are learning, right? I know this might sound crazy to you, but this is where people are focused right now in the crypto industry. And DeSci, decentralized science, is also going to be a space that is going to blow up. And we've been talking a lot about that on the channel. We just don't have anything today on DeSci. Anyways, let's keep it going. I just want to show you this too. Total AI market cap right now has increased by 3.5 billion over the last 24 hours. Okay. Major moves include Curia AI, 218%. Vane. Let's see what this is. Hold on. Let's copy this. It's always fun to look at stuff with you live, because we just don't know what we're going to find, right? So let's see what we got here. Okay, well, so when we're looking at this, you see how there's all of these different versions of the token. Okay, so when you're looking at here, liquidity is very important. 24-hour volume is also very important. And when the token actually launched here, so these are like really simple things that you can help identify that this is the real token. And then maybe this is the fake one. There's probably 10 versions, right? Here's a carbon copy that was fake, right? So just keep that in mind when you're going through this stuff. So this is the token that went up 218% in a day. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Twitter together here and see what we're working with. Okay, share this tab instead. Kira lives in continuous real-time simulated reality in Tokyo. That's why people are going crazy.
Called Hakone, a ryokan famous for its mixed sauna that turns steamy after sunset. Heard there's a local soccer team that...
All right, so we're not going to continue with that too much, but I hate to say it, like 90% of my audience or 89% of my audience is male. This is what it's targeted at. It is what it is. But anyways, I don't know, if you could find some of this stuff really early, guys, there's insane amounts of money that you can make out here. We don't even know what's going to be created next, right? Like this technology is evolving right before our eyes. Like AI agents were a thing like 2 or 3 months ago, and it's already evolved several times over. And it's interesting to see what's next. Let's keep it going here, guys. Let's keep it going. So, Solana AI agent A16Z DAO is the biggest gainer within the top 100 coins. The market cap up 24%. Right? People are FOMOing. I wanted to give you some information. This is kind of like S tier, A tier, B tier, and C tier. I'm not going to go through each one of these with you. I trust this account. They post valuable information, so I'm going to just give it to you if you're interested. I wanted to ask though, guys, we have 711 people watching. I'd ask if you could please share the space. Looks like we have about 225 on YouTube. Please like if you can. And if you're on Twitter, go ahead and share it out. I'd really appreciate it. If you're getting value, if you like the information I'm providing, this is how you can help me. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Also, I wanted to show you this, once the market shifts, right, you already want to be prepared. Right, you already probably want to be in the tokens that you are looking at currently. Okay. Alex Becker has had an incredible career of identifying good technology early. This guy's going to be a billionaire before you know it. Personally, I believe. And so some of these tokens are the things that actually Alex Becker owns, that he's buying, that he's selling. This is just a lot of really great information. So what I was going to do is I was also going to share this out with you. I know that a lot of people like Alex Becker, and I think he's extremely talented. He's a little out there, which, hey, man, I love. I'm sitting next to a seal. We're all a little strange, all right? You know, the seal has meaning. It has a lot of meaning to me personally. So that's why I represent the seal. If you want to know the story, you know, when I was going through some really hard times in my life, my wife bought me this little seal, and man, for some reason that seal kind of took me out of whatever I was going through at that time. And anytime that I am really stressed out, or anytime that I'm dealing with something in life that is really hard, you know, and we're all dealing with these things. I go and I grab that seal and I just hold on to that seal for a few minutes, and I feel better. And that's why I have a picture of a seal behind me. It's a representation of a real seal that, well, not a real seal, but a little baby seal that I have. Here, I'll show the picture if you're interested here. You know, let me just remove this real quick. So check it out. This is the family, if you're interested. The dog, Luna, she's awesome, right? She's down sleeping. Baby Luna, even better. Wife, and then the seal, right? So, you know, when we go through these times, these challenging times in our life, you got to find something that's going to pick you up, right? All right. So Shogun is actually a project I'm invested in. I did bring this up in Cryptonaires. I don't know, like last week. I think it went like up 150%, came back down a bit. Obviously, you know, when we're talking about crypto, you know, when you're in the trenches, we call this the trenches, when you're buying into new ideas, technology that might not, you know, work, or, you know, stuff that you don't know the team, it's anonymous. You know, this is all risk. Be aware that 99% of this stuff is going to go to zero eventually, right? So if you're up 100%, you're up 200%. If you were talking to a wise person in crypto, they would say, take some profit out and leave a moon bag, right? And that's what I do. I can't personally tell you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor. I can only give you some guidance on what I am doing personally. So obviously, when you're talking about AI agents, guys, it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. So, you know, Shogun DAO, if you're just interested, they have some big news coming out. Here's their roadmap. They just listed it. Phase 1 website, Shogun Dojo Hub, analytics terminal reveals leverage the Samurai Swarm, right? Talking about AI swarms. I was just talking to a good friend of mine in the Cryptonaires, Steve, and he was talking to me about AI swarms. It looks like this is a new evolution of where we are right now in the current market. Establishment of a formal DAO constitution, and then, of course, autonomous portfolio. This is actually, you know, very popular, where AI trades for you, right? And you get a piece of it. I don't know how exactly this is going to be set up, but I am a holder here, and I think I will hold on to this to see what happens. Obviously, I am taking on a ton of risk, but you know, I've already taken my profit out. You know, this is just risk versus reward. Right now, this is currently trading at about 3.3 million on base. If you're interested in this, I will share the deck screener with you. I will share the actual real Twitter with you. If you're interested in checking that out, please do so. Let's keep it going here, guys. I did want to bring up Cryptonaires. You know, this is where I'm constantly sharing information. If you don't want to wait for Tuesdays and Fridays live chats, if you want to get that information instantaneously, you can join Cryptonaires. This is a company that I built with some really incredible people that are still with me 3.5 years ago. There's a lot of people in the community that have been with me for that long as well. And my heart goes out to those people who supported us through the bear market. That was very tough. A lot of communities didn't make it, but we are still standing strong. If you're interested in joining Cryptonaires, we do have like a 5-day trial going on. You can come in, you can see what we're about. If you don't like it within the 5 days, you can leave with no cost to you. We are $100 a month. I feel that's a fair value out here for getting information that is extremely valuable. I'm sure there's people in the chat that can testify to the information and how valuable that is. Somebody brought this up inside of Cryptonaires. I wanted to look at it live with you. What is going on with cores? Oh my God. Hello. I've been telling you about this, guys. How long have I been talking to you about cores, right? I post about this every single day almost, right? Easy money on this one. We knew this. We talked about this in Sensei Chat like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? We knew that this was going to go. We just didn't know when, right? We didn't know when. I'd like to go check my wallet to see what it is worth now. I think we got into this in like 200K. Let's you know what? Let's look together. I have to copy the contract or whatever because it is going to be hard to locate. But something just happened with this. I'd love to see it. Let's just take a look here and see if we can't find inside of Cryptonaires when we started talking about this. This was a while ago, man. Let's see here. So this is today. Let's see. The first mention of this, I think CC found it. Yes. So one of our team actually found this. 12/27/2024. Let's take a look. 12/27/2024. 12/27. So located this right around, let's just call it here. Yes. 12/27. Okay. You see, there's value, right? There's value. That's value in the crypto industry. Getting information early. And I was telling you how psyched and pumped I was about this project, right? I brought this up so many times. Let's actually look inside of Cryptonaires and see how many posts I have about this, right? First post here. Another post about it. Another post about it, right? I'm talking about new buy that I'm holding on to here. Okay. I think I say 125. I also think this will take off eventually, right? Little did I know, a few weeks later, here we go, 2 million, right? And I think we're going to go higher. Personally, I'm going to be holding on here. I'm already up, right? And anybody that got into this when we first posted about it is up dramatically. So love to see people winning out here. That's what we do. Good example of winning. All right. Just real quick, I know there's some people that might be interested in joining Cryptonaires. Let me just post this really quickly. I don't want you to click on the wrong link. This is the link that you would use if you are interested in taking a look at what we do. Information is what we do. All right. I love you. All right. Let's keep it going here. Man, remember like my face? I mean, someone should go back and clip my face when I thought it was a $7,500 donation. Like I was like, man, that was pretty cool. And then when I found out it was 50, it was still really nice that somebody donated $50 to the channel. So I really appreciate it. I spend any of that money I spend on Luna. So I really appreciate you. We talked a little bit about Alex Becker's portfolio. Here's more information about it. I know people are interested in this, so I'm just going to share it. I'm not going to go through it one by one. If you're interested in buying what he's buying, please do it. We talked about trading Farcoin. See, I think this is pumping because of this announcement today, right? I had this lined up for you, right? I didn't know it was going to pump, but I had this lined up for you. Introducing Pump Fund integration. Now your songs, albums, and playlists can become Pump Fund tokens. Maybe this is more of the same, but they're doing something that I haven't seen yet, right? Like there are other companies doing what they're doing, but I think Chorus is doing it right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me just show you, please. Let me show you why I'm bullish about this, right? Let me show you about this. Man, I wish I was I took some profit when it pumped up to like 1.5 million. I wish I just would have just held on to it now. I always do that. I always sell some and wish I didn't sell. But listen, you can kind of create your own songs, create your own albums. This is all it only takes one of these songs to take off, or one of these things to explode, for people to start paying attention to this. I've talked about this a lot in previous chats, so I'm not going to really get into it. You know, this is one of their top songs. Let me just play it and you can judge it however you want to. Let me play it for you.
Lights flash in the haze, bass drops in the craze, sweat drips, feel the beat.
All right, you get the point. Okay, you get the point. So this is the type of stuff that I'm interested in right now in buying. The reason why I'm interested in this stuff is because, you know, some of it 100x's or 1000x's, right? Like we've hit in the last maybe 2 months, we've hit several 100x's on similar projects, AI projects, right? And this is what I'm interested in trading. You know, this my mindset will shift when the market shifts, but I go where the money is, right? You don't fight, right? Like if you're in the crypto business and you're buying stuff that nobody else is, right? Like maybe eventually that will pump, but the money is just stale and sitting there, right? So get involved where people are involved is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's keep it going here. A few other things. Alex Bechter is now a soft shilling ICP. Great. Love it. You know, we talked about his holds. Don't want to get into this anymore. We did talk about the DTCC and we played all these clips already. I don't need to replay these for you. I think I've done a good job on, you know, showing you that the markets are moving to blockchain. I did have this clip that we didn't listen to earlier. This is the Bankless podcast. I think this guy has, you know, like a few million followers. This is a really big, popular YouTuber. He's talking with the CEO of Chainlink. Let me play this for you.
They settle $2 to $4 quadrillion a year.
Did you say quadrillion?
Quadrillion. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. This is what people need to understand. I'm not talking about another trillion. I'm talking about quadrillions in transactional throughput that could touch our industry if we are able to create the security and reliability and unique properties that our industry can create.
You know what this tells me? This tells me a few things, right? It tells me that we're not there yet, right? The way he's talking sounds like we're working on it. We're not quite there, but we're going to hopefully get there eventually. Like we're going to get there eventually. How we get there is still undetermined. Believe it or not, the government, you know, the central banks, they have been working on central bank digital currency behind the scenes. They've been testing all these different technologies. We've talked a lot about this in the previous past. You know, it's coming, right? And as the value from the real world makes its way onto blockchain, well, that's when we've actually hit real utility, right? When we can bring on $100 trillion in value. That's strong, right? What would that do to any price of any token if you brought on 50 trillion or $100 trillion in actual value? Man, like that's what I'm waiting for, right? All right. You know, Ripple and Chainlink, for some reason, they started like following each other now. They're working together. RLUSD has adopted the Chainlink standard. I feel like, you know, Chainlink is extremely important for the crypto industry because of data, oracles, right? But it isn't a settlement asset. It's there to make sure that all the data aligns on all the different blockchains. Very important, extremely important, okay? But you still need a settlement asset, right? What you're not going to tokenize value. I think there's going to be a lot of winners. I'm trying to point out that there's going to be a lot of winners. Also, remember the nice lady that I showed you earlier? This lady, the what was her job again? Nadine Shakar. So I had her first name. I didn't have her last name. Managing Director of Global Head of DTCC Digital Assets. I just wanted to show you this. I have a video that's coming out later today that goes through all this information a little bit more cleanly. But she was a part of this company called Securacy, and the DTCC went and partnered with, I don't have the exact details of the deal, but anyways, Securacy and the DTCC are now one. Okay. And she was working at Securacy, and now she's the head of digital assets at the DTCC. The Securacy protocol can utilize Ethereum, Stellar, Ripple, and EOS. All right. I'd imagine that over time, this list will grow. It probably already has grown. But to, to look at a company that is working to move quadrillions of dollars in value, don't think that Ripple or Stellar or XDC doesn't have a shot at this value, right? Like those are the three that I would pick, Chainlink included. I think Algorand, HBAR, I think those are all really strong assets that'll be here decades to come, right? I don't know if these AI swarms will still be here, but your XRP, I think, will be eternal. All right. 200 years in the future is going to be like spaceships and stuff like that. And then, your great grandkids will be like using XRP. It'll be like, like $1 million a token or something. I don't know. Crazy shit will happen, right? It'll be like a universe token. We'll be living on the moon. Anyways, let's get back to reality. When I was talking with Ernest earlier, guys, and if you didn't watch the beginning of this chat, please go back and watch it. I had a really important conversation with a really intelligent, smart, very kind, and I think I got a lot of value. I don't understand taxes. When someone starts talking taxes with me, I kind of go a different place in my head. But Ernest, free consultation. Please go back and watch that first 25 minutes. I think it's important to have the right people that you're working with. Anyways, let's keep going.
This onslaught at lower prices, I'm pledging today that in my second term, we will eliminate a minimum of 10 old regulations for every one new regulation. We'll be able to do that quite easily, actually. And instead of attacking industries of the future, we will embrace them, including making America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin.
Wrong audience, I think, right? Wrong audience for the crypto comments. Love to hear it though, right? Like this is a different place, right? The speech that he gave at the Bitcoin conference, someone else wrote that for him, but it was extremely bullish. And I think it rallied a lot of people to his side, right? We all want a better understanding of what the rules are in the US. And it sounds like Trump and his family and his cabinet and the people that he brings in, it sounds like a lot of them are very pro crypto and they understand the industry. So I'm hoping that we get things get a little easier. I thought this was cool, guys. First, this is a Republican. This guy's name is Guy. The guy's name is Guy. Okay, cool. Guy. I'm not even gonna try to say his last name. Reschanteler. Okay. Anyway, when you buy stocks, I guess, and crypto now, when you're in Congress, you have to report it. So here's his report that he bought between $1,000 and $15,000 worth of XRP. I thought that's kind of cool. I think you'll see a lot of that in the near future here. Let's see. I got a few other things that I want to talk with you about. A lot of people are going crazy over this. Listen, guys, this is kind of a nothing burger. The SEC is going to file. I know there's a lot of people that think they're not going to. Gary Gensler is still going to stand, on his hill, last man standing type of situation. This is that situation. And, in 5 days, there's going to be a new person in charge. And what that person decides to do, whether to continue the case or to just dismiss it, that's going to have an impact on XRP. Right? If they continue to go after Brad and the case continues, that could stifle the speculation price of XRP in this bull market. If the case is just dropped, I think that could have tremendous speculation value for XRP. Also, JP Morgan predicts Solana and XRP ETFs could attract $3 to $8 billion. Like JP Morgan, the company is actually, they are taking crypto seriously. They're understanding like, hey, this value is going to go into crypto. Do we want to be a part of it? Right. And I think that's why JP Morgan joined, I think, the BlackRock, IBIT, ETF is it IBIT? I think it's IBIT. I don't buy ETFs. So hold on one second. Yeah, it is IBIT. I was right. Okay. iShares Bitcoin Trust. I think JP Morgan is a part of their ETF, right? They want to be able to give their customers access to crypto, and they're probably going to do it, even though Jamie Dimon's talking negatively. They're going to want to help their customers. A few other things here, guys, before we kind of just talk with you. I'll have a conversation with you. Here's James K. Filan says the parties have filed a stipulation stating that they will file a deferred appendix for the cross appeals 21 days after the appeals brief is served. The SEC governor's opening brief still must be filed by tomorrow. So it is going to happen. We'll see what happens though. And then here is top chains by revenue in 2024. As you can see, Ethereum down 1.7%. So if you just held Ethereum this, in 2024, you actually lost money. That's tough. Listen, it is important to understand that we help our neighbor, and maybe our neighbor isn't the person that lives next door. Maybe it's the person that lives in the state next to you, because you never know when you are going to need help. I personally donated some money. It's what I could afford. If you can, please, there are people that really need help right now. Ripple donates 100,000 XRP to support California wildfire relief efforts. It's really sad. It's really sad. A lot of people are without everything right now, and those people need help. So if you can help them, please do. I actually have, oh shoot, hold on. Let me refresh this. Could we go out? All right. My thing is Canadian because I have my VPN on. I always have my VPN on. Anyways, you can go to the Red Cross if you want to donate. Please do. Okay. I made a few donations today. This one was only $100 Canadian. I have no idea how much that is in US, but every bit helps. All right. I think we go to the chat, man. I think we go to the chat. SEC sues Musk. Wouldn't that be something? Man, we still have 777. That's a lucky number, right? Something special about to happen. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to look at projects together? You guys what do you want to talk about? This is your time, right? We can look for something free on Twitter. We can talk in the chat. Let me know what you guys want to do. Puddling Brian's offering 7 for each fire victim in California. That's tough, man. That's tough. If that is accurate, that's really tough. There's some of these things that we can't control. Obviously, there's probably a lot of blame to go around for what happened. Mother Nature is a serious animal. I'm sure there's going to be investigations into all this stuff. That doesn't matter right now. What matters is the people that need help. Red Cross is probably the best place that you can donate to help those people. Please do. Do you interact one-on-one with people on Cryptonaires every day? Don't I interact with you? Aren't you messaging me in Cryptonaires, right? Haven't I responded to like 20 of your messages today? You're funny. Do you believe in Velo? Yes, Rentis B, of course. I think Velo is a great project. I think it's gonna go. So what they're talking about here? Let's pull it up so we can have a conversation about this. Velo is the ticker. Velo actually has a lot of use case. I'd have to do a refresh. 256 million. I mean, we were talking about Velo when it was 0.003. Remember that? This was a 10x that we this is held over time. See, this is the hard part. When you're trading, if you spend too much time trading like meme coins or AI agents or DeSci, like brand new tokens, you kind of get this feeling like, hey, I want to chase 100x's, and like you have to be able to say this amount of money goes to chasing, this amount of money goes to serious projects. I would put Velo under serious projects. Okay, I think this is going to go into the billions of market cap. I think they redid some of the tokenomics. You'd have to definitely kind of dig in here. I know they have a partnership with like 7-Eleven. I've heard Velo mentioned with man. I'm trying to come back with with the information instantaneously, but trustless, formless, borderless, limitless. There's a lot of value here. So up to you what you want to do. They have a lot of strategic partners, and their partners are like Visa, Stellar Development Foundation, serious partnerships, right? And investors. Velo is a serious project. Thank you for bringing that up. Pepe to the moon. Which Pepe are we talking about? The regular one, 1 cent to 5 cent. Hey, listen, I love to hear that you're making money in the crypto space. I'm feeling good about Pepe. If Doge can't get to 50 cents, yeah, hey, you know, go with your gut. I mean, you know, see a target 130, right on. No, the regular Pepe. What is it? Where is the regular Pepe? Let's take a look, since we're here together, and I feel close to you guys. Is that weird? I feel like we're having a moment here where we're connecting. I love it. Market cap 7 billion, right? Where do you think this can go? I'm interested to hear. Like, you know, are you holding this to 50 billion? Do you think this go to 100 billion? You think that much money will go into Pepe? I think there will be some FOMO. I have no clue. I have no honest opinion about this. But hey, man, if you feel confident, you've done your research, more power to you. Love it. What island am I on? I'm on Oahu. Oahu. Who do you suggest I contact in the community besides Sensei? We have a whole team, right? Make sure that if you get a DM from someone random that says they're on the team, make sure you're probably talking with a scammer, right? You know, the admins here, let's take a look at this together, because I don't want any mistakes here. Okay. I don't want any mistakes. Look, in the Cryptoneers Discord, when you're in it, like, why can't I see the admin side? Oh, you know what? Anyways, there should be a panel. How do I get to the panel here? Show member list. There we go. Okay. This is the team. Okay. You can message people on the team if you want directly. You can @, them, but this is the team. All right. Make sure that you are speaking with the actual team member. Team members are never going to randomly DM you. If you need to check with me, you right click on my name and you send me a message. All right. Please be safe out here. There are a lot of scammers, and your protection is very important to me. I think Pepe will easily 6x from here. Maybe. Okay. Right on, man. Well, I'd love to hear that. What are y'all talking about in here? Let's see. I think Cora's may have called a private group or influencer. Ton of action just now. Love to hear that, man. 50% in a few seconds from 900K, multiple minutes. See, there's a lot of people in here talking, right? This is just the member chat, right? We have a DGen chat. This is kind of where everybody's trading kind of, more very risky assets. Okay. This is where people are trading very risky assets, but it's extremely busy. As you can see, all these messages and all these projects are posted. It's just from today, right? There's a lot of people talking here, sharing information. The greatest power that you can have in the crypto industry is information, access to information early, right? That is the most powerful thing that you can have. And if you are late to getting to that information, well, you are just exit liquidity for somebody else. That's how crypto works. If you are winning, somebody else is losing. Okay. Right. You want to be on the winning side. You need information early. We have a track record of providing good information early. Not everything's going to work out. This is crypto, man. This is the Wild West. You need to understand that. Most of this technology won't be here in a year. Please understand that. Some of this technology won't be here in a week, right? Like there's hacks, there's scams. It's the Wild West. Please be careful. Your safety is a big concern. I think Ripple's working with MasterCard. They've been working with MasterCard for a long time, my friend. Long time. And not sure what capacity. I did a video on this recently. Let me see if I can find it for you, my friend. This is like super recent. The channel growth has been insane too, guys. Thank you so much. We're still doing over 1 million views a month, and it's all thanks to all your support. Like, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really. I mean, the views, when I started this channel, man, I was getting like 5 views, 6 views, 8 views, 15 views, but kept pushing through. I know this all kind of looks the same to me right now, but there is a video in here about MasterCard. I just can't see it yet. Hold on. Anyways, come in here into my videos, look for the video about MasterCard. I go into all the partnership details. Man, you just expressed gratitude, and I went and liked the video. I've been here for almost 10 minutes. Kyle, it's nice to see you, man. Welcome. That's how we do it around here, you know? Love, support, growth. That's all we have. How do you follow my plays? That's great. That's a great piece. Ernest, you want to come back up here? I see you hanging out. I see you hanging out, Ernest. What do you think about the Sensei chat? Like this is the first time you've seen me do a chat, right? What do you think, man?
Yeah,
you're still here.
I mean, I'm sitting here. I was sitting here trading actually. Yeah, I was listening along, sitting here trading.
He didn't close the window, guys. He didn't close the window.
Yeah, but it's been great info. I mean, great alpha. I mean, it's good. I like the vibe.
I love it, man. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for all your time, guys. Remember, go to the beginning of this video. This is Ernest Lee. If you need help with taxes, you're in the US, you're outside of the US, this is your man. Just please go back, watch the first 25 minutes. You'll gain a lot of knowledge. All right.
Yeah, man. Give me a call.
Thank you, Ernest. All right. Appreciate you, brother. All right. What else we got here? Going to watch some basketball. Is basketball still a thing? I didn't know people still watch basketball. Man, I've been watching some football. Man, I don't know. Like, I only care about football when we get to like the playoffs, man, or the wild card stuff. Maybe that's a weird. Much love, Kyle. Thank you for just stopping by, man. Oh yeah, somebody asked me. See the ADHD kicking in hard. Somebody asked me where they can get information inside of Cryptoneers. Let me go ahead and show you. Okay, like if you want to know what I'm actively buying, let me just show you here real quick. Let me, if I can get to it. So this is where. Let me just unfollow post. Okay, so this is my area. Nobody else touches my area but me. So Alpha Sensei Alpha has what I'm actively buying, right? New buy. This is what I am buying only. Okay. I might buy some super random meme coin that I don't feel confident about. I'm not going to put that in here. I'm going to, most of this stuff is very risky because that's where the money is right now. It's in AI agents. And so most of these are AI agents or information around AI agents. There is some like DC project launches and different things that I want you to know about. I also have a channel about AI agents where I'm posting live information and different things. There's a channel where I'm posting about memes. There's a DeSci channel. I haven't posted in here in a few days, but any kind of new DeSci information I post in this channel. And then of course we have all the community channels, right? Where, community is talking. So this is where we hang out, guys. This is where you get alpha. I mean, it's not super complicated. It is very simple to follow if you're interested. Love to have you. WAP.com/Cryptoneers. 5-day trial. Just come see what we're about. Up to you, man. It's your time. It's your money. I want you to do well. Like I'm actively rooting for you out here in the crypto space. Favorite hardware wallet? Ledger, man. I think everybody has their own kind of technology that they like. Ledger, Treasure, right? Make sure that you're buying from the actual website and not like an Amazon, because there are scams on Amazon. You could buy it from like a third party. They could have your seed phrase. Be very careful. Predictions on the Super Bowl winner? Dude, I don't know, man. You seen LA play the other day? I think LA's playing with some passion, man. Like I'd be worried about LA right now. I think they're playing with heart. A lot of heart, man. I watched those games. Like that one moved me. What's up, D Moore? Great to see you, man. Justin, football still a thing. You're funny, bro. I like you, Justin. I'm glad you're in the community. Guys, I hope you are showing some love to Ariana in the chat, because she is keeping the chat safe for you. She spends her free time to make sure that you're safe. Please give her some love and affection. Okay. Make sure you're taking care of her. At least say hi, be nice. Let's see what else we got. I keep pushing autos really like this project. Not AI already has a massive business selling luxury cars, autos. Okay, let's take a look at autos. Let's pull it up. Steve, you still around? You got the is it if you're trading it, it's probably here. Crypto autos, probably this. Let's make triple sure. Let's go to the website. All right, when you're researching, guys, like the bare minimum you can do is take a look at their Twitter. Take a look at when the Twitter it was. So here, you know what's a really easy thing that most people like don't even realize? Oh, here. ADHD kicks in and I just go sideways. But when you're looking at a Twitter, the first thing I look at is this, the date. Okay. If you come across a Twitter of a new crypto project and the date is like 2021, 2020, 2018, I've seen like 2010, honestly, like crazy stuff. You know, it's a scam right away. Like you don't even need to spend any more time here. Okay. Look at how long the project's been out. That'll tell you a lot. Also, posts, reactions on posts. Like I will go into their posts and I will look to see if like you want to go down a few, right? You don't want to click on the first one. You want to see if these are real people with a real following and they're not just bots. These are just ways that you can make sure that you're dealing with a legitimate company process, project out here in the space. But getting back to autos, because I got hella sidetracked there. Discover your next luxury car, dude. All right, so is this tokenizing luxury cars? Is that what this is? Like, how does that even work? Okay, well, I just need to scroll down, right? I just need to scroll down. How crypto autos works, man. You ask and you shall receive, my friend. Crypto autos is the world's first crypto automotive marketplace integrated with blockchain technology. It is a secure automotive platform for global concierge network that allows you to seamlessly purchase luxury cars. Sounds like with crypto. That's dope. A lot of people don't. And everyone's anonymous, you know, right? Right? Nobody wants to have their picture out there. Listen, I can't give you financial advice. I can only say what I would do if I woke up tomorrow and I had like $10 million sitting in my MetaMask wallet. First thing I would do is I would call a financial advisor and a lawyer, and I would get some advice on like what to do with the money. Then once you get that advice, then you go out, you buy your supercar or whatever the hell you want to do, right? But please talk to professionals. It's the most important thing. I see some crazy stuff out here in the crypto space. I like this, Steve. I mean, I think it's cool. You know, it's not for me personally. I can see the value here though, and why you like it. Thank you for bringing it up, man. I think that's super helpful. What else we got here? Is there a time when the SEC will release some info tomorrow? Ross, that's what it's looking like. They're supposed to give us, they're supposed to put in their reply tomorrow. So we'll know more tomorrow. You know, I think people are buying into the hype right now on Twitter. We'll have to see, man. No, the case is not over yet, Stephen K. Not yet, brother. Trust me, if it was, man, we'd be popping champagne. We'd be like, but I mean, understand that the case is just against Brad and Chris, right? It's not about XRP, the token anymore. This is just about their sales to institutional investors. So remember, XRP is not under scrutiny. It is certifiable by a judge. I was born in Minnesota and I've watched the V Queens blow up in the playoffs. Dude, Vikings played so bad. That quarterback, man, I don't know what was like, bro. That was probably a really easy bet. Not that I do such things, but if I did do such things, right? Like Vikings have had a lot of issues in 2024. LA had probably a lot of passion from what happened in LA. You know, I'm not a time traveler, but that seemed like a very, you know, when I don't know how they won 14 games with what was going on in that game. It's kind of crazy, man. You guys have anything else you want to talk about? I mean, there's 785 of you still hanging out here. You know, usually we go 2 hours. Go Lamar. Ravens, baby. You're a Ravens fan. All right. Shout out to the Ravens fan. Spectra AI is a solid project too. Steve, you got all the gems, man. See, Steve, somebody from Kryptonaires. Actually, I consider Steve a close friend. You know, I tell Steve some things that I don't tell the other people, right? You know, I feel safe talking to Steve. Steve has some really good information. He's been in space a long time. He's been in my community for a very long time. You know, I would take what he says seriously. He's done the research. He's a very smart businessman. Anyways, let's take a look at Spectra AI, Steve. Oh my God! So Luna has me trained now. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, let me get the spelling here. Let me see. SPECTRE. What did I do wrong here? SPECTRE. Spectra AI. Here you go. Oh, here you go. Share this tab instead. All right. So we're looking at a $32 million market cap. This last 7 days, we've been chilling the last 7 days, Steve. Look at you, man. $2.80 up to $3.60. You're up 21%. That's pretty zesty. It always looks like it's more, right? With the when the chart looks like this, it always looks like it's like, holy shit, it went up like 1,000%. It's like up, 10%. You're like, oh man, I got to zoom out on this chart. Let's take a look at the technology and what you're working with here, Steve. Remember, guys, we take a look at the website, take a look at the white paper, you take a look at the socials, take a look at the Telegram. You can take the contract address. You can put the contract address in a Telegram bot to make sure that the contract is not a honeypot. There's so many things that you can do in the crypto space to keep yourself safe. Obviously, if you've been here long enough, you've been scammed, you've been rugged. It's a crazy world, but it's a lot of fun. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else other than what I'm doing right now. I've, going through life, it's always been kind of hit or miss with things that I've done. I've always been like really too hyper for stuff and just, and so, I started selling cars at a young age, went to, finance manager, started selling houses. Nothing gave me the passion that I have right now to come out and do this, right? Like, I don't know where I get this energy from, but it is what I'm supposed to be doing. Look at these partners, man. BigQuery, Google, NVIDIA, TradingView. Is TradingView really a partner though? Like, should we list this? Is this just because like you needed a fourth thing to put here? AI predictions. Like, just be careful with this stuff, right? Because there's a lot of this right now. And I think that people are spread thin. Do I think you're going to make money on this? I do. I don't know how much, right? It does look like they have a way to make money, which is important. It's using the token. That is also another point. Like, what is the utility of the token that you're buying into? Something else that you should be asking before you buy whatever it is that you're buying. I like these different tiers, right? You have to own a certain amount of token. You probably have to stake the token to get access to all this stuff. Let me see, 7,000 tokens. Well, here, let's 1 second. 1 second. Let me pull the contract. So let me show you what I'm doing. I'm going here. I'm looking for the contract. Usually I can copy and paste. Here it is. Here's the contract. To copy the paste. I go back over to Deck Screener. I put it into Deck Screener. I want to take a look at some more information here. This is going to pull up the chart and some other information that I'm interested in looking at. 1 second. I mean, CoinMarket kind of has the information too, but I'm so used to staring at Deck Screener. I just think it's my comfort zone. I don't know why we're not pulling up here. They're like, we just like lose internet or something. Love it. Love it. Hold on. We have 15 Deck Screener opens. Let's try to go to this one. I don't know why it doesn't want to load this pair. Dude. Core's AI is popping off. I don't know what's going on Deck Screener. It could be my VPN. I don't know. Sometimes it gets a little squirrely. Anyways, sorry guys. I can't show you what I wanted to show you. I do apologize. Deck Screener is not quite working with me. It's working against me. Let me see if I can. you will work. Oh, it actually works. Okay, hold on. I think it's just that pair. Holy, it's 2.2 million now. Okay, now, okay. So like in this situation, guys, look, this thing going up to 2.7 million. Okay, so right now people are buying into the FOMO. Okay, you got to be very careful with this. All right. Now you don't know how high the FOMO will go. That's the hard part. Okay. This is from somebody who's lost a lot of money doing this the wrong way. Be very careful when something's up 150% in 24 hours or up 160% in 6 hours. This could come crashing back down. Okay. There's a strong, real possibility that this is going to come crashing back down. So you probably would wait unless something like truly game changing happened in this project where it's like going to go to 5 million or 10 million and then come back down to like 8 or 7 and sit. You know, you need to just be cautious buying into something that's up that much that quickly. But people are buying, man. Love to see it. Let me check my hold on. Man, I'm so pissed off because I had so much more of this project. I had so much more of cores. I owned like 5% of the supply at one point. Now I own like 1.5%. And so I would have been up like $60,000 today if I would have just held on to it. See, I lose money all the time by selling stuff too early and moving on to other stuff. I get bored. All right. We'll see what we got in the chat here. It's a good looking chart though. Like people made money just now. People made money. Like not financial advice. It's never financial advice, guys. I have a seal next to me, right? Like I don't have a diploma or like a certificate of, you know, that I'm gangster or whatever. It's a seal, right? So understand that you are getting information from a guy sitting next to a seal. Just so you know, I want to point that out. Would you recommend Link for longer hold now? So Steven, that's a great question. So I do think we're still going to be going through cycles. I think the cycle is going to end. I do think Link is still going to grow a lot in this cycle. I think there's going to be value still to make on Link, but I still, if I was holding a big bag of Link, I would try to sell it at the top of the market and then wait for the bottom and things to bottom out again, you know, as we go through this cycle. That's what I would personally do. I hope that helps you. Is it worth buying more XLM or should I buy more XRP? You know what? Crazy question, right? If you ask this question to 100 different crypto traders, you would probably get like 50-50 answer. Maybe it'd be more like 60-40 XRP, but I think they're both really incredible projects. They're both working on some different things. Some of it kind of crosses over, but some of it doesn't. I don't know, man. XRP is I mean, they both, it's so weird that they both pump together. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me show you this. I mean, if you haven't noticed this, but let me show you. Here, so here's an XRP chart. Okay. Well, let me just go like 1 year so you can see it. XLM. 1 year. Okay. So you're looking at the XRP chart right now. Are you ready? Here is the XLM chart. Okay. Do you notice any similarities? Here once again, XRP. Okay. You're looking at XRP. Now you're looking at XLM. Looks pretty similar, right? So if your question is, which one should you buy? I don't think it really matters. Like something's happening behind the scenes here that they move together, which is really strange. Like I haven't seen this in the space at all. These two tokens move together very strangely. I don't know if that's institutions. I don't know if there's like a puppet master behind the scenes. I don't know, man. Hard to say. Would you consider holding XLM and Algo for this bull run? Of course. I think those are great assets. Man. I think what you're holding right now are premier assets. I think those assets will be here a decade from now. I really like those. Suggestions for long-term coins to hold on to 5 years plus. XRP, XLM, Algorand, HBAR, Velo. I mean, let's look at the top 100 guys. I mean, most of the top 100, I mean, probably still be here, you know, obviously, you know, Bitcoin, I don't really care for Bitcoin. You know, I know people love it, store value. If you got in early, you're already rich, love it. I'm still out here hustling for my paycheck, right? So what do we need to do? We need to look for opportunity. There's less opportunity in the top 100, but there's more safer opportunity in the top 100, if that makes sense, right? These tokens might not move as much as something that's more risky, but this is more safe until the market turns, right? So like AVAX, this was a great buy. Like we were talking about AVAX and Kryptonaires, you know, back in like the end of 2023, this was like $8, right? I predicted, like if you go back to Sensei Chats around this time, we talked about AVAX. I personally thought AVAX was going to go to $150 in this bull market. So like 150, maybe 200 if it's really crazy. I still think that prediction holds, but that was probably the best time to buy, right? Like the thing I don't understand about the crypto market is, you know, why do so many of you leave when prices are the best? You know, I get that the action is not quite here, but I think people don't quite think about the future opportunity of what those assets can be once the FOMO, you know, and the retail comes back. Shit, sorry. Here's the AVAX chart. So like back here, wait, no, right. This is kind of right in the area. This is like the best time to buy AVAX, you know, right in this area. AVAX has a high now of about $53. Still think it's a great asset to hold. I just don't think it's going to go like 10x from here. That'd be crazy if you saw like a $300 avalanche. I just don't think that, like, I don't, you know, when it comes to building in the space right now, I think people are building on Solana. I think people are building on Base, Sui. Like if you're not in Sui, I don't know what you're doing in life. I've been talking to you about Sui since it was 70 cents, right? I like bang your head every day, or when we do these chats. Sui is the next Solana, in my opinion. Like I've been saying this for several months. A lot of opportunity still in Sui, $13 billion market cap. See, if you were coming to these chats back in August, guys, you could have picked this up at like 80 cents. I mean, realistically, like I think I was talking about Sui like in this area. Like obviously this is probably the best time to buy it, but I think like I was starting to notice the hype on Twitter and more people posting about it. When you spend all day on Twitter, you start to notice patterns and different people talking about stuff, right? Like part of your, you know, tools, you need a toolbox in crypto. Part of your toolbox in crypto is understanding what tools that you can use to research a project, but also what tools that you can use to follow the right people that have information, right? Information is power out here. And so part of that is being on Twitter, following the right people, notifications on, and spending the time refreshing. I think I refresh my Twitter, I don't know, 50 times a day. You know, I'm constantly looking for patterns. When they come, you know, we go. Don't hold. Okay. A little weird. Holding fart coin sounds like it could be. Oh, I was wondering what the fart thing was. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know. Yeah, like this is what I was telling people earlier. I think the NFT agent craze right now is going to be like NFTs back in 2021, right? This is where people are focused right now. This is where hype is. But, you know, in the bear market, are these projects still going to be around? That's what you need to ask yourself, right? So if the answer is no, this project will probably not make it through the bear market, right? It has no customers. It has no income. It has a team. How are you going to pay the team? Oh, you're going to sell the token. How does that go, right? So you need to weigh these things out in your head, think it through, make better decisions. You could be successful. I lost all my money on Hawk Tuah, man. Like, if you really did, I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. I know that that was a kind of a shit show, and that's really hard to hear. I hope you hit a home run next time. You know, I've been there. I've never lost all my money on one thing. You know, I don't think that's ever a good idea to put all your money into one thing, because that usually ends up really going really badly. It very rarely goes good. But that's tough to hear, man. I wish you the best. Have you seen Phoenix and Pongo started running again? Thoughts? Yeah, man. Like we talked about this, right? We called Phoenix at 1 million. Let's take a look at the charts. Let's go back. I got Phoenix right here for you. I think Mako's dead, man, to be honest with you. I don't know. It's not looking good here. 96K market cap. I think people gave up on Mako. That's unfortunate. 45 million, right? We called this at what? 1 million in Kryptonaires. This had a high of like 70 million. 70x. That's a little taste. Excuse me. No, let me go. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Here's our high point. Man. Let me let's take a look in Kryptonaires when I posted about Phoenix, when I told you about it. So here's Kryptonaires, guys. If you're not familiar, this is my community. Let's take a look at when you learned about Phoenix from me. Let's take a look here. Okay, here you go. 12/3/2024 is the first actual post. Rippy, Army, Bear, Magnetic, Phoenix. I think Phoenix was at like 1 million, right? When we first started talking about it. Phoenix pumping. Well, let's just get the date, man. Let's just go with the date. 12/3. Oh, hold on. I gotta get the right chart. 12/3. We're back here. Let's go with a 3-month chart. 12/3. Wait, you would have found out about Phoenix right in this area. Man, come on, what's up with that? I don't know what's going on here. So, I mean, you would have done well. You would have done well if you got that information live, right? You know, you had time, right? Like it didn't pump. You had days to buy this, right? It even dipped after I told you about it, and then it went up, right? So in a period of about four weeks, less than that, from the third to the 28th, that was a nice run, dude. Like that was a nice run. I think that will keep running. Justin, $5, man. Thank you, bro. Took some profits on the big pumps on these. Just wondering if you think it's worth getting back into. Justin, listen, if you believe in XRP and you think XRP is going to continue to go up, I think Phoenix is probably one of the best meme coins on the XRP ledger right now. I don't work with the team. I don't get paid by the team. I just look at what they're putting out, right? Like it's different. Look, like I'll show you what I'm talking about. Give me a second. So let's go to their Twitter. Okay. Like what I really like is their, well, you go to their link tree. They have a TikTok. This is what I'm interested in. Okay, let's take a look here. I got to solve a puzzle. Oh no, please don't. Why? Oh, please no. Okay, here we go. 2 million views on one of their videos. 500,000 views, right? 84,000. They're putting out content that people are connecting with. That is the most important part about any of this, right? And they're on it. They're continuous. They're relentless. 147,000, 17,000, 142,000. You get my picture? Do I think this is going to continue to go up? I personally do. but I don't have a crystal ball, Justin. But if I had to own one XRP meme token, probably would be Phoenix. Okay. I hope that helps you, brother. What's the difference between trading on your phone? Okay, so yeah, we talked about this. This was a message that you sent me. Justin, thanks again for the $5, man. I will spend it on Luna. I'll get her some treats or something. With the $50 earlier and your $5, man, I got $55. I can go crazy. You know, she's gonna be really happy. So here is some really, this is an important question that I wanted to address. I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you so much. When you're trading on your phone, you can't be as quick as trading on a laptop. Okay. And you can, and you're not able to open multiple windows at the same time to look at information. You can't go through information as quickly as you could if you had a laptop. Does that make sense? I think it's easier to buy crypto on a laptop than it is on your phone. And I just think that there's more things that could get in your way of trading. Okay. I don't know, Ernest, you know, you're still hanging out, man. What's your opinion? I know I bring you up randomly here now. You know, you're just my guy. Trading on a phone, trading on a laptop. I mean, like, do you have opinion?
Okay. Yeah, I do. I lost $40,000 on Bitcoin ETF day trading on my phone. I was up 400,000 that day. I was in between signal, and when the bottom dropped out, it dropped out fast, and I was up about 20% when I said sell at market, and I was down a little bit. You know, I was down about 40 grand when it finally did fill. So I don't trade on my phone. I trade in front of two computer monitors where I'm watching all the data that I can possibly watch.
Yeah.
At any given time, because you need to. I mean, in my opinion, not trading advice at all. I'm not a professional trader. I've made a bit, but I need to see as much information as possible at all at one time.
Yeah.
I too have a little bit of attention deficit.
I love it. All right, cool. That's why we're connecting.
Medicated every day. Have been for 20 years, and that's good. But
I will take the bets. They offer them
all the data, and so
gotcha. You're focused.
I'm focused. I'm not sitting there trading on my phone, but
yeah,
I'll share with you.
If you actually send me the picture on Discord, I can save it to my computer and I can show you. Oh, okay, so you got two monitors. This is what he's showing.
Two really big monitors with a
laptop,
a teleprompter in the middle.
Okay,
yeah. So I'm looking directly at a mirror that's reflecting.
What is the what are some maybe most important things off the top of your head that you're looking at when you're looking at a newer project? I mean, it sounds like you trade a lot of Bitcoin, ETH, that kind of stuff, but
I do.
Do you trade new projects? Do you get into new projects?
I don't trade new projects.
All good.
I trade Bitcoin, ETH. The most volatile thing I trade is ApeCoin.
Yeah,
I do a lot of ApeCoin trading, but I'm active with the ApeCoin DAO. I kind of have my thumb on the pulse of what's going on there in that community. And so I understand that. But in my experience, get into a position, set your stop loss, what you're comfortable with, set your take profits, and stick to them.
Yeah.
The worst losses I have are where I'm like, well, yeah, I know I hit my 10% stop loss, but it's going to turn around. And then I'm down 24, 26, 30% because it just keeps going. And if I'd have just set my rule and stuck to it, that's it. And then set your take profits. Don't be afraid to take stuff off the table. As it goes up, I mean, it's always going to come back to, in my opinion, it's always going to come back to a moving average.
That's the hardest part for people because they think it's going to keep going higher. And I mean, I've been doing this for now 4+ years, maybe not as long as some other people, but like you still get the same feeling like, oh man, is this going to go higher? But like realistically, like
the further you get away from that moving average, the more likely it's gonna return and retrace. And so you need to be ready for that, and you need to not be emotional about it.
Yeah.
And so if you went ahead and sold out, and it goes higher, and then you get a pullback, and it looks like it's, you get your first confirmed move back to the upside, go ahead and get back in. But, and don't, so you're not waiting, you're not trading in forever, but you're not staying out forever either, because you just sit on the sidelines forever and you're just going to sit. And so you need to, I mean, my opinion, the way I trade, I watch the market, I see what's happening. I try to react, but I'm not reactionary. I'm setting a plan. I stick to the plan. Every time I've not stuck to the plan, well, no, 70% of the time that I've not stuck to the plan, I've lost, but that's gambling. And so I got into trading because I played blackjack. I played blackjack well enough to get banned from casinos.
Oh, that's a story. Anything that you can share?
Yeah, I trade. I play a reverse martingale. What a reverse martingale is, you're doubling your bet after every loss. And so I'll start at 100, play, lose, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Won't even blink an eye at 10,000. On a 20,000 limit table, go to 20,000. But here you go. As soon as you lose a 20,000, go back to your 100 bet. That's your stop loss. That's your loss. That's what you're going to have. You're going to lose. That's okay.
How many times do you double up your bet though? Like when you win, how many more times do you go? Because that's my biggest problem.
Never. I always go back. I go back to my min bet after every win. And so I'm winning 100 plus a multiplier if I more than double up on every win.
That is an interesting strategy that I've never heard of. Guys, listen, you are learning about crypto today, taxes, and how to play blackjack. Like, what else do you need from a crypto channel? Anyways, continue.
Dave Jensen, the casino manager at South Point in Vegas, used to give me free rooms, get rooms for the people who are with me. And I called him up a few years ago and said, "Hey, Dave, coming into Vegas for the NFR, the National Finals Rodeo, because I have another business that does taxes for rodeo professionals. That's a whole nother story." And so
you've lived so many lives, man. Yeah. you were an interesting fellow.
And so I'm coming in for the rodeo. What do you got? And he goes, "Ernest, we don't have anything for you." And I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Yep. And if you're going to play on the tables, you're going to have to play with the crowd. You're not going to give you a private table." I'm like, "All right. What about the betting? Usually I'm 2 times table limit. And that's what you're doing." "Nope, we're going to flat bet you." And what flat bet is if you start out at $100 per hand play, you finish that shoe with $100 per hand play.
Can never change.
Can never change. And so he took my advantage all the way away. And so then I'm like, okay, well, I'll go to MGM. Went to MGM. It wasn't 15 minutes. The pit boss came up to me and said, "Hey, we're going to flat bet you." And I'm like, "What?"
Interesting. So, but have you ever been backed off? Like, have they said you can't play? Like,
no, they just flat bet me. I mean, I'm not counting. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not counting at all in that scenario. I'm not counting at all. And so they just flat bet me, and that takes the advantage away.
Yeah. House always wins, man.
But I used to play pool. And so when pool players get done their night, 2:00 in the morning, they all want to keep gambling. And I used to tell people, "I'll flip a coin with you for $100 if you let me double up after every coin flip." And they're like, "Sure." And people would lose. I mean, I just keep doubling up, and they'd eventually lose. And then so, yeah, I like gambling, but the gambling I do is I count the advantage.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's, man, you guys are learning all kinds of cool stuff today, man. Like if you've been here through the whole chat, like I need to go back to California so I could play some blackjack now. And so that's really crazy, man.
The thing is, you get a reverse kind of. Usually when you lose in blackjack, you're not excited. And so when you're playing 100, 200, 500, that means after you lose 2, you're like, "Yeah, I get the 500, which means if I win that one, I'm winning the 100 plus the 100 accelerator," right? And so you get excited about that 500 bet. You lose the 500 and you're at 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. Oh, now you're like, you lose the 2,000. You're like, yeah, now I'm going to have the accelerator. And the thing is, 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. That means they got to beat me 8 hands in a row to take $40,000 from me. It's happened 4 times in 4 years.
Okay. So are you positive or are you negative on your blackjack career?
I'm up at that 4 years. I was up over $800,000.
My man. Like, what else can you teach us? We got. So wait, pool as in like pool sticks, right? Like you're not like.
Yeah, I used to play pool. Yeah,
pool
I used
keys,
to play professional pool.
8-ball or regular racks
ball.
or what?
9-ball. 9-ball. I play some straight pool too. And when I was living in London, I played a little bit of that long table game snooker that they have. Long table, bigger balls, smaller holes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
more skill.
Yeah, it's a lot more skill to play snooker.
Yeah.
And I played in Hawaii. There's a spot right down on Kapiolani Boulevard that I used to play at. It's on the 2nd floor there.
Really? I wonder if it's still here. I live. Okay. That's probably like a mile from me. I'm 2 blocks from Ala Moana.
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm like right there.
Center, right there across from Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know exactly where this is. Okay, cool. Right on, man. Well, hey, if you make it back here, please let me know. Me, you, and the seal will go have a drink.
I'm a UH graduate. I graduated from University of Hawaii undergrad.
That's right. That is right.
Yeah. So I get back pretty often.
Man, Hawaii. Yeah. I mean, we got some Hawaii people in the chat, actually, believe it or not. There's a lot of us here, and love that, man. Look at that. Yeah. See? Call Ernest, guys. If you need help with taxes, decrypt.tax. Decrypted.tax. My bad. I will.
Decrypted.tax.
2 hours and 6 minutes of streaming and nonstop talking. Your mind starts to drift.
Completely understand.
I don't know how people, function streaming more than this. All right. I appreciate you, Ernest.
Sure.
I'm gonna
go on.
Kiss off.
I'm listening.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right. This has been one of the coolest streams ever. Like, sure, the tax information was probably a little, I shut down when people start talking about taxes. Like, that's the one thing I dread the most. I fear taxes. And so like I have some PTSD with that I have to deal with. But Ernest, like, wow. I think he's that guy's like he's a gem. He's like somebody you want to stay close to, right? You meet the coolest people in the crypto market. I'm telling you, man. Like, the coolest people. Davin, are you in? You here too, bro? Oh, look at the last name. Milkami, definitely here. Right on, brother. We should do a meetup. Man, we got 900 people just hanging out. This is kind of fun, It's kind of fun. Yo, Robert, what exchanges do you use? That's a great question. I use Coinbase a lot, but Coinbase is a brokerage. Just understand that the fees are higher. And if you're going to use Coinbase, you should definitely get Coinbase One, or Coinbase, whatever. Like, they have some like upgrade feature that you pay like $50 or $100, and like you have 0 trading fees on some of the stuff. And in like it like in one thing, it'll pay for itself. But I can use KuCoin, MEXC. I think like between those, I'm usually using a lot of DEXs because I'm buying into a lot of new projects, and those, haven't made it to exchanges yet. I want to get something under 500K. See you, Ernest. Bye, brother. Take care, bud. Oh, you got something to say?
Yeah, I do. I got something for you. This is really cool. So I trade on Coinbase too.
Okay.
But I was trading on Kraken. I get really good rates because I was getting the 0% maker 0.08 taker. And so that was great, except I was trading ApeCoin. There's no volume to support, there's a lot of slippage. But I had a tax client that I was doing their taxes, and I looked and they were getting 0% maker and 0.08% taker from Coinbase. I'm like, there's something wrong with the software. There's no way. Well, here's the thing. So if you call Coinbase, or you get on with their customer service, and you show them your trading activity on another exchange, they will match the fees on that other exchange.
So wait, what exchange has lowest fees then? So like, how can I? Kraken.
Kraken
So
was
I just need to go.
0% maker and 0.08% taker for greater than 10 million volume per month. And so if you're a high volume trader, there you go.
All right, guys, you heard it from the man. Do your research. Make sure you know what you're talking about when you make the call. But that is a valuable piece of information. That is something I am going to personally do tomorrow. Like, maybe not today. I had a really stressful day already. But that is, I didn't know that. That's an incredible piece of information. All right, shit. Man, are taxes on crypto more in Hawaii? That's a good question. I mean, I think is every state's probably different, right? Or is it all the same?
Every state's different.
Okay.
I'm going to look up
Hawaii's
Hawaii
tax
capital gains rate.
And I think there's some other weird rate in Hawaii too. Like my dad's tax guy.
The capital gains rate in Hawaii is 7.25%, which is lower than the ordinary income rate in Hawaii. And so there you go. But 7.25% is generally higher than most states. Capital gains rates vary between, on average between 3.5% and 5% on capital gains. The states.
Best place is what? Nevada, Delaware, where?
Yeah, Nevada is a good place. Yeah,
Wyoming, maybe. I know a lot of crypto businesses go to Wyoming.
Yeah, a lot of crypto business go to Wyoming. The capital
or they register.
They do, and but the thing is, you got to be careful about that because if they
you got to live there, right? 6 months a year.
You got to have, or you have an LLC that's registered there. I mean, you can have an LLC that's registered there. So you have a mail stop with a registered agent. And then you have 0% capital gains for your Wyoming trading activity.
Sandra's interested in Florida. What do you know anything about Florida? Ariana dropped the mic. What'd she do? That's how you end the show?
There's no capital gains in Florida.
There's no capital gains in Florida?
No.
Is that why everyone moves to Florida?
Income tax in Florida either.
Man, like honestly, if I would move to another place for better taxes, but my wife wouldn't. Like, so I'm stuck here paying whatever taxes I had to pay, but I'm good. Like, I can look out, I can see the ocean every day. That that soothes me. But gotta pick where you fit in, where you like, and where the best taxes are. And Ernest can tell you that.
Yeah, I can help you out with that for sure.
All right, Montana's so much Wyoming.
And on that point. Expatriating expatriating is the only way to avoid federal income tax. That is, you actually have to give up your U.S. passport.
Yeah.
And then
But don't you
charge?
Yeah, there's an exit charge.
Yeah, the exit charge is you act as though you sold all your assets at fair market value on the date of expatriation, and you have to pay the capital gains tax on it as though you sold it.
Interesting. Can you put like those assets in a trust though to get around that, or no?
No.
I'm an American. I've been here 40 years. I'm not leaving. So, just got to pay the tax and deal with it,
But I have a lot of clients. I mean, I meet a lot of folks that they expatriate. I was talking to a guy earlier this week planning on it.
Wow.
So the best time to expatriate is during the bear market because prices are down. Your capital gains on it is going to be lower.
But don't you lose your citizenship though? Like
you do. Yeah. But if you have a lot,
that's true. If you have a lot,
and you're looking at it that way.
Yeah.
Losing citizenship isn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. If you got $50 million, $25 million, something like that, like, Dubai is probably really nice. Anyway. All right, man. You've given us all the information I think that we can handle today. Thank you so much. Earnestly, guys, really quickly, I just want to, I've got so many websites up here. Let me just pull up here. Decrypted.tax, guys. If you need help with taxes, please, first go watch the beginning of this video for the first 25 minutes. There's a lot of really good information when I interview Ernest, right? If you are serious about getting help with your taxes, you can do a free consultation. Let me just show you really quickly. You can actually go to this. Let me hold on. I got 100 windows open. Let me find the right one. There you go.
Consultations up there at the top.
There you go. So right here, free consultation, or you can book a call, right? So go get some help, man. Taxes are important. The government's going to find you. All right. One day. All right, Garnis. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. Hey, guys, guy went to UH. He's ADHD. Man, like me and him, we're like the same person. He knows everything about taxes. I know a lot of shit about crypto. Together, we are a superpower. No, take your taxes seriously, though. All right. As I veer into the craziness, this is when we exit the stage. I don't think you can get better information than calling Coinbase and telling them you're getting a better rate on their exchange. You need to have some trading volume on that exchange to show them, though. So, if they ask for your trading volume and you have nothing, that could be an issue. So, maybe get on the cheapest rated exchange that you can. If you like Coinbase, which is convenient for me that I can go in and out of assets. Yes, I pay a hefty fee, but I feel safe there. Is that weird? I feel like my shit is safe. They are custodian for, IBIT Trust and all these different, I don't think Coinbase is going anywhere. Like if crypto fell apart tomorrow, I still think Coinbase would be there, right? And your assets would be there. So anyway, anything else as we come to a close? Thank you, Justin. Appreciate the $5, my friend. Luna thanks you. Luna's staring at me right now very weirdly. She probably wants a treat or something. No ADHD must master at OCD. I had a phase. I had a phase in my life where I did things 3 times. It was very strange. It was a few years. Like I would open a door 3 times. I had that phase. I don't know how I got out of it though. But like I snapped out of it and I was fine. But I thought like my world would end if I didn't do that thing 3 times. Like very strange. And I don't know why I just shared that with you, but there you go. Learned really funny stuff here. All right, guys, get some sleep. I love you all. I'll see you Friday. Same thing, new information. If you want the information before Friday, go to Cryptonaires. I will share it one last time just because it is my business and time is money. Thank you. MMT, you're up late too, man. Love you, brother. It's good to see you. Steve, great to see you, man. Thanks for hanging out this whole time. Thank you for the amazing information. Ariana, can't say how much I appreciate you. You are incredible. Thank you so much. And everybody else that stayed through the chat or joined the chat late, have a great day. We'll see you Friday. Don't miss Friday's chat. If you do, you're gonna miss some good information. All right. Bitcoin is being liquidated. Man, listen, I can't tell you how many times the sky has fallen in the crypto market. We will get through it together. Okay. When things fall from the sky, that could be an opportunity for you. It could be. I don't know. You need to talk with your financial planner. All right. Peace.